a second. Is there any questions or comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Set date for public hearing for budget amendment for fiscal year 21-22. That's May 24th.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Liquor license for R&J Performance.
Move to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any question or comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Resolution number 23, 2022, disbursements outstanding. We have to do this about each year for checks we've written and nobody cashed them. So we do this to put it back in the appropriate fund.
To approve. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Review engineering proposal on the walk bridge. What we've been doing for quite a while is trying to find a way to renovate the burned out portion of the walk bridge. And we've had the DOT there, the Corps of Engineers there. Our county engineer has looked at different engineering firms that might show interest in giving us a proposal. He found one, Wayne found one, and the one we're acting on today is the one that Wayne found. Is Klinger and Associates. The scope of the services, they're going to provide the survey limits pretty much everything, preliminary plan, and then a final structure plan. And the estimate was $18,500. The one that the other one we reviewed at was in the area of $60,000. So we've met with them. They had suggested that the engineering firm suggested that to save time and to save money, we could have somebody else other than the bridge contractor start removing the burned out bridge that's over there. I've had our secondary roads crew over there, and it's too wet on the river side of the levee to get trucks in there. But our plan as of now is as soon as it is dry enough, we're going to go in and start demolishing what's there. The original thought was we would try and save the piers that we could that appear to be burned on the outside, but the engineer said, no, they'll just be in the way. They may be able to span the whole 125 feet. So his recommendation was to get those out of there, and that's what we're going to try and do as soon as it's dry enough to get trucks in there. But I think, and this is a very attractive price to get someone to give us a plan for that, I think. So what's your pleasure?
Move to approve it. Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any questions or comments?
Any idea how long it'd take to bid this out? Once you approve that?
The only thing we have to go by is the engineer that our engineer got. He laid out a plan, and I think he was going to take bids if we would have used that one. The plan was, I believe, November would have been, and which really, you know, this isn't building a railroad bridge. This is building a bicycle and pedestrian bridge. So I think if we let something in that time frame, we're going to be able to get it completed this season. Because if we have everything out of the way, they can just go in and start. That's what we would hope.
And the company is a Wheeler Bridge Company. They make Spans, I mean, you don't do that, somebody will look at it out there. And then you make them all one piece a lot of times, so. Really a good bridge.
Here's another one you could pass the other way if they want. We have a motion and a second to approve this proposal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. We're moving. Presentation by GoPip.
All right. I was told I had to walk up here, so I could be quick on that. So, aha, there we go. All right, well, nope, I did it. You did it? Yeah, I did. All right, well, thanks for letting us come here and take some of your time this morning. The purpose of us coming here is, number one, to let everybody know what Partners in Progress is. And number two, to let everybody know where Partners in Progress is going. So just a little bit of backstory. Greater Tumwa Partners in Progress is the molding of multiple organizations in the city of Ottumwa. Happened about 4 years ago. It was the merge of Ottumwa Area Chamber of Commerce, Ottumwa Economic Development Corporation, Main Street Ottumwa, what was the Ottumwa Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Bridgeview Center, Inc. Since that time, 3 of those organizations have decided that they want to utilize their own boards going forward. And those boards are the Main Street Ottumwa Board, Meet Ottumwa, which was the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Bridgeview Center, Inc., which leaves Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress being the culmination of what was the Chamber of Commerce and the Ottumwa Economic Development Corporation. I've been on board for about 2 months now, and when I came on board, the goal was to change what Partners in Progress was and make it more regionalized, along with obviously building the organization up to be a little bit more than what it is today. So with that being said, who are the Partners in Progress? We are over 250 members, investors in Wapello County area. We consist of the businesses, the nonprofits, the governmental entities, the educational institutions, along with those private investors. We also have economic development partners that we work strategically with. Some of those might include like Alliant Energy, Mid-American Energy, the City of Ottumwa, Wapello County Supervisors, with the goal of bettering the economic climate in Ottumwa and Wapello County. The reason it's important for an organization like GoPip to exist is sometimes things have to be done outside of the public eye, negotiations, things like that. The city of Ottumwa might not be able to do some of those negotiations with business with a group like, they might not be able to do it with the city of Ottumwa. They can hold those private negotiations with firms like Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress. So that's a big strength of where we position ourselves. And most importantly, Partners in Progress really is literally everybody in Ottumwa and Wapello County. We exist because we're part of the community. We're trying to make things better for everybody. So why we're here primarily for our investors, our community, and to better the economy. And one of the mantras that we're looking for going forward is we're not going to ask ourselves what's better for Partners in Progress anymore. We're going to ask ourselves from the perspective of our investors. Every time we make a strategic decision, every time we meet with a potential client, we're going to say, is this what's best for the investor? Is this what's best for the community? If it's not, and it's not meeting our mission, we're going to not pursue it because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to better ourselves. We're here to better the community. In saying that, I come from a nonprofit, and I'm sure everybody in the room has heard of the model of servant leadership. And to me, that's personally very important. I don't like seeing organizational charts where your traditional board of directors and your CEO is sitting at the top of the organizational chart, because with that, it's too easy for everybody inside the organization to think that they're more important than the people that they serve. So when we just had our strategic planning session, the first thing that we did was we flipped our organizational chart upside down. And we're saying the board of directors is not the most important group for Partners in Progress. The executive director is not the most important person for Partners in Progress. Our community partners and our investors are the most important, because if those people didn't exist, we wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. Of those people, the people you see there, the staff members: Samantha Heckert, she's our administrative assistant. Christy Butts is our marketing director. Shay Griner, who's here with us today, she's our director of investor relations, and myself. One of the things that we did right out of the gate when I came on board was redo all of the job descriptions, and with that, the job titles. The reason that was important to do was we wanted to make sure that we were harnessing the strengths of each individual staff member and reduce the duplicative efforts that they were doing and streamline the efforts that they were doing. So we rearranged all of the job duties as necessary, and then more aligned the title that they were working under with their actual job duties. Another thing that we did was we realized that the mission, vision, and values that Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress was working under wasn't really aligned with what we intended the future to look like for the organization. So we held a strategic planning session with our board of directors and a strategic planner out of Des Moines, and we sat down and we came up with what we felt was the way that we wanted to walk forward for our region. You're going to notice here, there are some key words here that I really want to stress here, and we'll get into this a little bit later. We added the word region to everything because Ottumwa doesn't operate inside of a bubble. We need everybody in this area in order to be successful economically and culturally. So we added the word region to everything. Our vision is a vibrant and thriving Ottumwa region. And our mission now is Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress is an economic and community development organization collaboratively advancing the prosperity of the Ottumwa region. How we're going to do that? We're going to do that through collaboration. We're going to do that through leadership. We're going to do that through innovation. We're going to do it with integrity, and we're going to advocate for everybody that we serve, and we're going to model good communication throughout the process. Here are the goals that we defined for the next 3 to 5 years. We're going to build our organizational strength in the communities that we serve. We're going to concentrate on marketing and awareness for everybody that we serve. We're going to focus on business recruitment and retention and quality of life initiatives throughout the region. Now, changes that we've made. Economic development. And restructuring the staff, one of the things that we noticed specific to economic development is economic development takes a lot of effort and it has the potential very easily to bottleneck really fast. So what we've done is we've done away with the staff model of economic development and moved more towards a working committee. What that does is it seats everybody that has a potential to affect change. They're sitting at the table at the same time. So if we need to talk financing, everybody's at the table. If we need to talk rule changes, everybody's at the table. We don't get bottlenecked for weeks on end anymore if we need to talk about something. So that's very important. With that, we've also created some proactive engagement, which necessarily wasn't there in the past, and we've shifted our priorities based on what the actual needs of our region are, instead of being hyper focused on something that isn't the best fit for what we have in this community, in this county. From an investor relations standpoint, we're reactivating our investor networking. Brian was actually part of our very first one a couple of weeks ago. We're increasing our marketing and awareness, and we're increasing our communication and engagement with all of our investors. In this day and age, internet is tantamount to anybody's success. So one of the things that we have realigned promptly is our website. A lot of the external traffic coming into Ottumwa and Wapello County for economic development is coming through this website. So we want to make sure that it's as user-friendly as possible and people can find what they're looking for in less than 1 minute. I think that we've gotten that at this point. Our social media campaigns, we've increased those to bring awareness not only to ourselves, but to our investors. And we've also created a podcast series to maximize our platforms of media exchange. As far as partnerships goes, we're starting to close those gaps that we've had with partner organizations in the past. And we're reassuming a leadership role in the community. Okay. In looking at what we have for a leadership role in a community, I want to point out, again, going back just a little bit, one of the things that I think that we've missed a little bit in the past is going to that word region. We have focused heavily on Ottumwa. That's where the population base is. However, we do have gaps in the fact that a lot of the space, a lot of the potential for growth is in the county, not necessarily in the city. So we've already started the process of reaching out to the local governing bodies within the county. We've already sat and met with the mayor of Eldon. We have an appointment to meet with the mayor of Agency. Our intent is to move outside of the walls of the city of Ottumwa and look at economic development on a county level as opposed to a city level. We find that that is very important to us going forward. If we're going to market ourselves, we need to market ourselves as the regional hub. You can't market yourself as the regional hub if you're only marketing one community inside that area. So that's the way we intend to move forward as a county, not as a city. So with that, I'm going to take a brief pause because you're probably tired of hearing my voice at this point, and let Shay talk just a little bit about the quality of life events that we do.
So we were talking quality of life, and so our upcoming rodeo, which will be July 30th, 1st, and 2nd, is a 3-day event. We actually have several partnerships in Wapello County. One is the EMA. Tim has been so gracious to let us utilize some of the equipment to really make this event a success. We also use Wapello Rural Fire Department as our fire and safety. It works a lot better for us. They're all on staff for us, and they also supply water for us, and it's been a great partnership. Our Golf Classic, it is a way for a networking event for all of our investors that day. You essentially eat and drink your way through the course. I'm sure several of you have participated before. It is a great event. You actually can get teams now if you're interested, or simply a whole for the supervisors of Wapello County. And then we move into our state of the economy. It is a way for us to discuss major things that are happening in economy of Ottumwa and Wapello region. We have a speaker come in and they simply educate us on the situations and how we can possibly move forward with that. Sharon Stroh implemented this, and this is something we plan to continue. The duck races, this has been brought back after 20 years. It's been back for 2 years now. We've been able to give $11,000 back to the Ottumwa region for nonprofits. We've worked with the Ottumwa Boxing Club as well as Mary Margaret's Whatsoever You Do for the Women's and Children's Shelter. We also, the outreach for this event has been fantastic. People are excited to see this. Once again, we partner with Wapello Rural Fire Department on this. They help provide water. And when I say water, they hook up all the stuff for us and really get that. They have all the equipment, and it's been a really great help to us. And then we have our annual banquet where we love to represent the Wapello region and talk and discuss what is exciting has happened. We're really focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion for this topic at our annual banquet. We met a gentleman, Ben Anderson, and he is from the Midwest, and he talks a lot about that. He is a hospital executive and really applies equity, inclusion, and diversity into that conversation, which we all know we are quite diverse community. And as we talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we realize that our rodeo, we have a large population that we're not reaching out to. So we've reached out to LULAC to really help us to be inclusive of that event and really reach out to the Hispanic population. We've translated everything that we have into Spanish, and we actually have 2 acts coming in. A Hispanic or Latino drill team. It's a bunch of gals, 12 of them, and they have a synchronized routine on horses, and they dress in authentic dress. And then we have the charros come in and they play music, and they also do a demonstration with horses as well. So we're really looking to include everyone in the Wapello region. And then of course, Lemonade Day. We are really excited about Lemonade Day. I highly encourage you to get out to agency. We've reached out to Cardinal this year, as including in our Lemonade Day. It's May 14th, which is this Saturday. Please go to First State Bank and Agency and Mrs. Bonser's notes. There will be stands set up there. Plus there'll be several stands, about 15 in Ottumwa as well. If you go to our Facebook page, GoPip Facebook or Lemonade Day Facebook page, there's a map on there that shows you where all the lemonade stands. This is a really exciting event. I get so passionate about it. It's kids learning how to be entrepreneurs with simply setting up a lemonade stand. They make a business plan, they make a financial plan. They have to talk about how they save, share, and spend some of the money. And we find that 71% of the kids that go through this program actually come back to Wapello County to start their own business. So we're creating future business owners of Ottumwa. So this is a really cool event. Once again, it's this Saturday from 11 to 1. The map is on our website for you to go on. If you go to lemonadeday.org for that as well. And it's just a really cool event to come out and support the kids. And then we have a new signature event that is going to be announced shortly, but we're very excited about this. This is another thing that we're focusing on, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And Mark and I have been doing a lot of planning. We're gonna have a big name speaker come to the Bridgeview Center and do an all-day conference. And we'll be making that announcement shortly, right? Shortly. So we just want to get a lot of traction going for that. So thank you so much for letting me talk about our events with Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress. And I look forward to seeing you guys out for Lemonade Day.
Okay, so one of the questions that we get asked a lot is, what value does Greater Ottumwa Partners in Progress bring to our investors? And typically the Chamber of Commerce has been a little bit obscure in what kind of value they do offer their investor members. So I think it's important that we spend just a couple of seconds talking about that. We do, the way that Partners in Progress adds value to our members is through creating visibility and awareness for the people that we represent. We disseminate information for them, be it social media, website, word of mouth, newsletters. We have a Flyer Friday that we send out every week to our businesses to help create some of that, not only consumer to business, but also business to business contact for them. We're a business resource connection. We have people calling very regularly asking, where can I get this? Who can I contact for this? We're that central point of contact for them. Legislative advocacy. As members of the Iowa Chamber Alliance and Professional Developers of Iowa, we're able to make some of those connections and speak on behalf of the businesses in the community. And also business credibility. A study was done by the Shapiro Group that says 63% of customers are likely to trade with a business that is a member of a quote unquote chain, because there's a little bit more credibility to that business. And again, why do they invest with us? Because they're investing in the region. They believe in the region. They believe that we can make this better than what it is. And we've all been witness to, this is just a dirty river town, and we need to get used to what we are. No, we're not. Ottumwa Wapello County has the potential to be something bigger than what we are. We just need to work towards that. And that's one of the reasons that businesses invest, is because we believe that, and we're going to work towards that. Now, obviously, 1, 2, 4 people can't do that. So there are involvement opportunities that we offer, which not only is good for the business, but it's also good for the quality of life and the sense of community. We have several opportunities that we offer and people take part in. We have our ambassadors that go out and do new business ribbon cuttings and major event ribbon cuttings at businesses. We have our events committees that tackle the events that Shay just mentioned. We have our economic development committee. We have we're forming an advocacy committee that is going to Des Moines and to legislative events to advocate for the people of Wapello County. And we're creating a membership committee that's made up of not only members, but non-members of the organization. So we can make sure that we're providing the best service possible for those people that decide to invest with Partners in Progress. Oh, what happened there? Oh, good. Going back. Some of the current major projects that we're working on, the Ottumwa Regional Airport analysis to define what space is available for that, and how we can utilize the airport better going into the future. The rail expansion project downtown that will move some of the rail connection downstream just a little bit to pull the truck traffic away from downtown. The child care initiative, it's no secret to anybody that Ottumwa and Wapello County is a little bit of a child care desert in the state of Iowa, so we're working to fix that. Retail attraction, again, this is one of the pockets for economic development that Wapello County, if we want to maintain the quote unquote regional hub status of Southern Iowa, we really need to focus heavily on this. Which again is not only for economic development, but for quality of life development as well. And then of course, everybody's heard of the Helgerson Flats certified site. So just to end, I want to stress the one word in our name that is very important. We are Partners in Progress. It's not a separate organization. We're not some cloud just sitting over here. Everybody's working together to create a better Ottumwa region. And I guess with that, if anybody has any questions, I will answer them.
You just did such a great job. You're not there.
Yeah.
I know that's not true. Okay, thanks.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. I met with Mark about a week ago. I suggested that, if we're going to be successful partners, we need to know what they do. And we need to know how we can help and how they can help us. Thanks for enlightening us on the opportunities. And he has suggested that he's going to return on a regular basis to update us on things that we may not be aware of. We have opportunities where we all serve on committees, and the one who serves with your group, we may not get all of the information back. Just like when I do Soap Creek Watershed, I don't run right up and tell both of them everything we did that day. So we miss something. So it takes opportunities like this to inform us. So thank you for doing that. Personnel, request for payroll approval, new hire clerk 2, county attorney's office. Now, where did you
No, that's okay.
found that? Okay, it says clerk 2. Okay, need a,
To approve. Second.
all in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Request for payroll approval, change of employment clerk 2 in the county attorney's office.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Any other business for the board?
I might want my purse.
Hey, Carrie, mute your phone. Thank you. Or she said something else.
Yes. I thought.
Tim, did you hear anything else about the spill we were involved in last night?
We talked to the deputy and said that was resolved, but anything further.
Well, the barrels were out on private property, so I mean, we found them, but they were not on county or city property. But the Toma Fire Department did a really good job of cleaning up there by Foster Park. They put down that quick dry stuff and then they swept it up, and then Public Works came in and spread sand on it. But the oil going out Clifton, minimal. It was just like this wide, but we're able to follow it all the way out. It's something that's probably all dried up by today.
So did it soak into the gravel good? We don't need to blade or drain it.
No, I have a concern there on the private property that there were puddles, like where there'd been tire marks that filled with the oil or whatever was in those barrels. So I don't know if it's something you want to look at
I'll speak to some folks about it.
as you go out Clifton, you turn off on north on 65th. It's a dead end, and right there is where they are. Anything else to come before the board?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. We are adjourned.